Hi, Virgo. My name is Audrey Alison, and this is your March 2015 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for joining me and for tuning in, subscribing, liking, and sharing these posts. I really appreciate it. Let's start off the month with an aspect that I wanted to talk about. It's regarding Jupiter. And Jupiter will be trining Uranus. Jupiter stationed in Leo, trining Uranus, who's stationed in Aries at an exact 14 degrees. So this is the fire trine that we're having. Now this affects your 8th and your 12th house, Virgo. So the 8th house of shared resources and change and regeneration and death, rebirth, and the 12th house of spirituality, the house of secrets, the house of illusions. So this trine is expansive energy with Jupiter and also shocking and abrupt energy with Uranus. So, there could be premonitions around this time. The 12th house of dreams could be activated intensely. And there could be some luck regarding shared resources as well with the 8th house. Expansion and luck and sudden intuitive knowledge of how to gain this extra income could happen to you around the 3rd. I would circle that night regarding your dreams, or perhaps from the 2nd to the 4th. You could receive information about how to really expand your shared resources sector, also your property. Your 8th house of property could be expanded at that time. Now we have our full moon, your full moon, Virgo. On the 5th of March, we have at 14 degrees the full moon in Virgo. This is your first house of self. Make sure to watch your ascendant sign for your forecast because it's actually more accurate to the degree of your natal chart. So where do you hold 14 degrees of Virgo in your chart? This is where the full moon is bringing an ending or a culmination to this sector. You could be ending either a class or something that you had started in an organization or a group around the time of your full moon. It's a time for releasing and letting go of any bad habits around that time as well. And, between the 5th of March and the previous 5th of February, you might have released an addiction at that point because of the 12th house being activated so much for you. It's the perfect house to release bad habits and addictions, but the first house is a great house to release any physical bad habits that you might have. On the 12th, Mercury, your ruling planet, makes a transit into Pisces, your polar opposite sign. This is your 7th house of partnerships, both business and relationship. Mercury, the sign of communications and information, very analytical time in your 7th house. You could be reviewing your potential suitors or your potential mates at this time, or you could actually be analyzing your current marriage partner like a detective. But also you could be communicating very beautifully with them as well. And there's a really good understanding when Mercury is in the 7th. So for those of you in relationships, there's just a way that you're understood that just really feels right, especially since Mercury is your ruling planet. It's unsettling when you're misinterpreted. And this is really good energy. So take advantage of that. He'll be there through the 30th of March, from the 12th through the 30th. Also, information coming in regarding business partnerships is strong at this time. So also keep that in mind for those of you who aren't in relationships. This is great for business partnership energy and contracts, negotiations, and signing of documents around that time as well. Mercury is direct, so this is, go for it. It's positive. We have a tension aspect I want to talk about, the Uranus-Pluto square, the final 15-degree exact square we're having on the 16th. This again focuses on the 5th house of children and 8th house of shared resources. So, mark the 16th on your day as a day you really don't want to have too many high expectations for your children at that time. Pluto is intensity. Uranus is shock and electricity. And a square is not a harmonious aspect. It's actually the most tense and the most uncomfortable. Uranus stationed in Aries, Pluto is stationed in Capricorn. Not a great connected flow of energy. you could find that maybe you don't have the funding to provide something that your child needs at that time for that day. Well, the square actually has energy that lasts months, but this exact energy is only on the 16th, which I felt it was important to note, at an exact 15 degrees. You could also have issues regarding shared resources for a creative endeavor. For those of you who don't have children, if you're working or who have children and are also working on something creative, you could find that you're not receiving the right support in the 8th house of shared resources to get this creative endeavor off the ground at this time. Temperance here, patience. People, be patient. I think that, it's just the day that's causing this. So I just wanted you to take a step back from what it is you're involved in on that day, and don't take it personally, and definitely don't have too many expectations for progress on the day of the 16th. Also, if it's not regarding children or a creative endeavor, it's regarding romance. There could be tension in your romantic, passionate relationships at that time. The next day, St. Patty's Day, you could just, have a couple beers, drink it off. Venus is entering Taurus. I like that. Okay, so Venus is entering your 9th house of higher education and foreign travel and metaphysical, spiritual, broadening of the horizons of the mind kind of influence. With Venus there, Venus is love and money. She might give you the urge to investigate love abroad, investigate love in foreign lands. That's always super fun. For those of you who aren't attached and can just garner experiences in relationship areas, this is superb for having romance happen for a good few weeks, or however long you're traveling, at least 4 weeks with her there, and not taking it home with you, and then just having that experience to learn from, 9th house of learning. Or Venus is money, providing income for that certification, for your master's degree, for your PhDs, your higher education, the advanced certification, or what you're studying for on top of your normal BA. On the 20th of March, we have our first day of spring. In the northern hemisphere, it's the vernal equinox. In the southern hemisphere, it's the autumnal equinox. But here's something new. Every year, the sun enters Aries on the 20th of March, our first day of the astrological new year is the first day of Aries. But on this day, this is also our new moon, and it is a new moon solar eclipse on the 20th. Crazy. This is at 29 degrees Pisces, so it's affecting the tail end of the cusp of your 7th house of relationships and your 8th house of sex. So here's, something for people who practice any magic out there. It's not a great day in eclipse energy for candle work. So your relationships, 7th house of marriage and or business partnerships in general, and, the 7th house of the others. 7th house is also, rivals, the others, people that could be opposing you, opposing energy. But for you, I'm really loving the 7th house in terms of relationship, because you have the 5th house lit up so much, which is your romance and what you're passionate about and your children. So I'm feeling like the 7th house, in regards to this solar eclipse energy, is talking about the same area that Mercury entered for Pisces. Now on the 30th, Mercury also enters this 8th house, and from the new moon on, this 8th house is really lit up for you. Shared resources. Everything can't always be positive, and without looking at your particular chart and your natal degrees, I can't see how this affects the thousands of you that watch this. But one not so pleasant that I'll share example of Mercury entering your 8th house is news or communication of someone's passing. So that's the 30th of March through the end of April. You want to keep that in mind. Information could come in about perhaps even an Aries who has passed, but it just could be loss in itself, the 8th house of death and transformation. It could also be Mercury bringing in information and contracts regarding property sales in the 8th house. So it does depend on, it could mean a lot. It's just how it really affects you personally, how it's really detailed and mapped out with your own personal chart as well. Because of Mercury meeting up with Uranus when he goes into Aries, it can be shocking revelations and news, abrupt coming in. So that's when they're conjunct like that is why I say you could hear of someone passing at that time. Now on the 31st, the last day of the month, there's still action happening. It's like the longest month ever. I didn't even mention Saturn returning or retrograding in the 14th. Saturn's retrograding in Sagittarius. But the 31st of March, Mars makes his transit into Taurus, into this 9th house of education. He'll be conjunct Venus then. So Mars and Venus, male and female energy, both in the 9th house of foreign travel, the higher mind, knowledge, expanding what it is you know. We can always learn. We don't just know everything. So open your mind up, explore new territories. It's really healthy and positive to do that. All right, let me get to your cards and see what they say. Virgo for the month of March. And if you'd like a very detailed and precise reading with me, I'm at audreyallison.com. I'm reading all through the week. And thank you for choosing me because I've had such a beautiful month. I've read for a lot of Virgos this month. Because I'm recording these in February, but it's been a very supportive month, so thank you so much. But you can always reach me on Facebook at Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot as well. Okay, Virgo. What's up for you this month? What do the cards say? Well, the Four of Swords. Going inward, the thoughts, the analytical mind, maybe even meditation and going inward reflection. The Five of Coins is something's missing. The beggar, the miser, something's missing. You need a handout. But let me see what this applies to. The Two of Swords, two people at a standstill, a debate, actively questioning and seeking wisdom from this standstill. The Two of Cups. Okay, this is interesting. And then the Strength card. I ended on the Strength card the last reading as well. And the Two of Cups was there. Okay, so I'm drawn to the 2 and the 2. Okay, the 2 in this and then the 2 from this. Here's what it is. You might be consumed with thought. Virgo, you might be consumed mentally with what it is you are lacking, what it is you do not have. The universe does not want you focusing on what it is you do not have, because what you will do is manifest more of that which you don't have. It's the trick, it's the secret, it's the law of attraction, but whatever you do hold mentally in your mind is what manifests. So this, you need to stop obsessing about, whatever this is that you feel you're stuck in this debate. It could be a mental debate, because the swords are the mind. Maybe you're stuck thinking about something, stuck on receiving information about something, maybe even too stuck because you're obsessing about it. You're thinking about it a lot. Know that your replenishment is coming from this. The Two of Swords is replenished by the Two of Cups. So equal distributed energy, a flow of relationship, connecting with others. If you're not in a relationship, this Two of Cups is the 7th house. It's the partnership. It could apply to business, but I feel more comfortable saying it's about emotions because it's a cup card. So what you're gaining, you'll eventually get stronger, okay? This is also the time of Leo, which is July 22nd through August 19th or 20th, depending on the time the sun transits. But there's strength to be gained from reflection, from quieting the mind, from the 12th house activity in the top of the month when Jupiter trines Uranus. All right, Virgo, I hope this was great for you as it was for me. I will see you next month. My name is Audrey Allison. Have a sweet day. Bye.